It's afternoon baseball in St. Louis, Missouri, as the Pittsburgh Pirates take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Middle game of the three-game series. Redbirds walked off with a victory last night in 10, and they are flying high. Greg Brown along with Bob Walk. Robbie Ince-Mikowski going to join us very shortly. And, well, last night, Bob, kind of typical of these two teams of the last few years. The Cardinals have won a lot, but so have the Buccos. Last couple years going to wild card games. And when they play each other head-to-head, you can expect a tight ball game.
Well, you certainly can. And I think that one of the good things about this series that they're having with the Cardinals is it is so even. When you're trying to beat somebody for a division title, you have to play the head-to-head matchups well. And if you look at the Pirates wins, Cardinal wins, they're real close. And that's what you want to do. So I think that's a real good graphic. It'll be a great graphic when that little note at the very bottom, the close 1-1 games, when that changes.
Yeah.
We've got to start winning these real close ones.
Last 12 games decided by 2 or 1 run. And let's go downstairs to Robbie Ince-Mikowski to talk about these boastful Redbirds. Robbie?
Yeah, certainly. And it's been a good rivalry, and the Cardinals have had a lot of success, no question about it. And when anybody comes to a baseball game, you might get one of these. This is a scorecard. You sit in the stands and keep score while you're watching a ball game. Seems innocent enough, right? Well, wait till you look at the cover. Talk about boasting. Look at what the Cardinals have done. Now, when you look at when the divisions realigned back in 1994, the Cardinals have 10 Central Division titles, and they're not afraid to show it on the cover of the scorecard. Look at the Cubby Bear, Mr. Redlegs, and their 3 titles, poor guys, and the Brewer. And look at the Jolly Roger. He's got a flag stick, but no flag on it because the Pirates don't have any division titles since they realigned in 94. However, when you look at when divisional play started back in 1969 until realignment in 94, guess who has the most titles? The Pittsburgh Pirates. That's right. So you know what we think of the scorecard, Greg and Bob? That's what we think about it. We'll keep our own scorecard, all right?
Yeah, I don't like that Buccaneer crying like that, Bob. We're going to have that stop.
You know, it's in baseball, anytime you have a point to make, you always cherry-pick the stats. Well, now cartoonists are even cherry-picking the stats.
Coming up, we'll talk about the starting pitchers tonight, or this afternoon. John Lackey goes for the St. Louis Cardinals, and he'll be opposed by lefty Francisco Liriano. Buccos and Cardinals, afternoon baseball in St. Louis. More to come from Busch Stadium in a moment. baseball as the Pirates and Cardinals meet. Surely to be a sellout crowd today as the Buccos and Redbirds play Game 2 of the 3-game series. Again, Greg Brown and Bob Walk with you. And Bob, Francisco Liriano will make his 5th start. It's great to see him healthy again. This left-hander, opposing hitters are batting just 133 against him. So you're looking for a win. This is a good guy to have on the mound today.
He's on top of his game right now. And we were talking earlier about winning the close games. Well, this is the kind of starting pitcher you need on the mound if you're going to win those close games. Somebody that really holds the team down through those first 6 innings anyway. He has been so good, and not only getting those chases like he normally does, but there's been a couple of games where he has been in that strike zone, as you see right there, getting the swings and misses on the balls that he's throwing at the guy. So right now, I couldn't imagine him pitching any better than he is. It's really impressive.
Lowe's never stop improving stat. Look at what he has done against the Cardinals since joining the Buccos. 7 starts, 3-1, a 188 earned run average, and the Redbirds, are hitting only 185 against the Pirate lefty. Meanwhile, he'll be opposed by another veteran right-hander, John Lackey.
Well, Lackey is not an overpowering guy, but he throws mainly fastballs and sliders, mix in a curveball, throw a changeup. But I think what's important with him is make sure we hit strikes. So get your pitch and get some good balls up in the strike zone to hit, and maybe this offense can break out a little bit.
Just his 3rd career start against the Pittsburgh Pirates. These Buccos really want to get this offense going. It looked as though it was going to click the other day in Chicago. Not much last night here in St. Louis. Maybe this afternoon. The Buccos and the Cardinals. We'll talk more coming up next. The Buccos trying to even this 3-game set. The season series has been, over the years, tightly contested. The Pirates hoping to bust out offensively. Remember, for every run the Pirates score this series, $1 taken off the price tag for some select seats during the upcoming homestand, which features the Reds and Cardinals starting Tuesday night. Last night, just the 1 run, but hoping to take off a lot of money from those tickets starting this afternoon. Get those bats rolling, Bob.
Absolutely get them rolling, and you can see from this graphic why that's a necessity. The offense right now is not getting the job done. We're getting some great pitching, but not taking advantage of it like we should. We got to, not only start hitting the ball, but cut down on the strikeouts. So hopefully start walking a little. 42 walks last in baseball. I mean, we've got to do better than that. And no better time to start than right now this afternoon.
Against that man, John Lackey. Let's head back to Pittsburgh, the studio. State Farm Game Break and Paul Alexander.
Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 testing 1 2 3.
Stadium, the Redbirds 16-6. Mark Reynolds, veteran over at first base. Spent last year with the Brewers. Let's check out the Pirates starting lineup brought to you by Toyota. This is the lineup that's going to score a bunch of runs today. Gregory Polanco will be followed by Josh Harrison, a .319 career hitter in this ballpark. Andrew McCutchen bats third. Cleanup man is Neil Walker. Then it's Starling Marte, Pedro Alvarez, Francisco Cervelli back in the lineup after last night's 10-inning affair. Jordy Mercer and Francisco Liriano. Gregory Polanco looking to lead things off for the Pirates, and the veteran, 36 years old, his first full season with the St. Louis Cardinals, John Lackey.
Well, Lackey is not an overpowering guy. He throws mainly fastball, sliders, mix in some curveballs. Occasionally he'll throw a changeup, but you're going to have to get ready to hit the fastball and the slider. He doesn't throw real hard, just averages about 90 miles an hour. So what all this means is get him in the strike zone, and you're going to get some decent pitches to hit. I think that's going to be important, is to make sure he's throwing not only just strikes, but get something in the heart of the plate that you can really do something with.
This past Monday, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs on 9 hits against the Philadelphia Phillies. Mike Matheny's defense, brought to you by Honda. Matt Holliday is in left. Peter Borges in center. John Jay is in right. Matt Carpenter, Johnny Peralta on the left side. Colton Wong, Mark Reynolds on the right side. And the Gold Glover behind the plate, Yadier Molina. We'll see if, even with Molina behind the plate, if the Pirates do get on. John Lackey's numbers his last 3 years are A.J. Burnett-like when it comes to trying to control the running game. Even though no one has attempted anything this season. Last 3 years, 99 attempts, 13 caught stealing. First, you got to get on. That's up to Gregory Polanco. First pitch is fouled off. It's underway at 1:15 Central Time. 75 degrees here in St. Louis, Missouri. Polanco was 1 out of 4 last night. One ball and 1 strike. Lackey's 5th start. 1-1 on Polanco. 6'6", 235 pounds. Native of Abilene, Texas. 2-1. A deadline deal last summer from the Boston Red Sox. Joe Kelly and Alan Craig traded over to Boston. Craig hit his first home run of the season last night. 10 starts for the Cardinals. He went 3-3 last year with a 4.30 ERA. Balls behind Polanco, 3-1.
Polanco's doing a nice job showing some patience right here. Sure, he gets something that's a solid strike before he takes a run at it.
Full count.
Even that pitch, 3-1. You're looking for something on the inside half of the plate than the outside, instead of the outside half, so he takes it.
Tapper off to the right. The count stays full on Gregory Polanco. Polanco's hit his second at bat of the game last night against Lance Lynn. A single. He also walked in the game. Leading off once again. So Clint Hurdle liked what he saw Wednesday night when he had Polanco leading off. Josh Harrison had the night off. So he's going to stick with this. And there's a knockdown play by John Lackey. Actually didn't even knock it down. The ball sticks in his glove.
It almost, just watching it live, I thought it might have like bounced off him into his glove. I mean, it was really odd looking at. Guess he caught it clean.
Rivers Casino tips to win.
Manufacture some runs. It goes along what you were talking about. And it's not all about steals and hit and run and sacrifice bunts. It's about hitting behind the runner. Moving a runner from second to third with 2 outs. And another thing, too, when you get a runner down at third base and there's nobody out, 1 out, you got to get a fair ball out there some way. That's manufacturing runs. And the Pirates have not done that well at all. And that's why their record against, in pitching duels where it's decided 2-1, 3-2 is not real good right now. They have to do a better job, I think, of doing the little things to score some runs, at least while the guys aren't hitting.
Sorry, go ahead.
And then the last thing, tighten up the defense. That goes hand in hand with manufacturing runs. Try to take a run here and there away from the other team with your defensive play.
He was reaching out and poking it lazily to shallow right. 2 down. Comebacker and a shallow pop to John Jay brings up Andrew McCutchen. I was going to say, Bob, that even though Clint Hurdle talked last night after the game that the fact that he allowed Scahill talking about Rob Scahill in the 10th inning, to face Matt Adams walking Matt Holliday intentionally, Hurdle said that's on me. But really, you can talk all you want to about strategy in the 10th inning and Scahill and everything else. Andrew McCutchen, the key to the game last night was what you were talking about, the bases loaded after A.J. Burnett singles in the Pirates run. Polanco walks to load them up. Harrison pops up. McCutchen strikes out looking at a 3-2 pitch. And then Walker strikes out. Well, that's where the game was decided.
Yes, but there were some other things too that we're not doing. Just little things that you might not even notice, but they could lead to something later on. And that also goes, I think, to the defensive side. The Cardinals, for instance, were doing some little things. How about the throw to second base?
Jason Hayward, yeah.
I mean, when you're going to play those 2-1 games, that's the kind of thing that you got to be able to do and come up with a big play on defense to take a run away.
And there's a ground single to right field. Boy, we have not seen, even though that wasn't hit all that hard, we haven't seen many balls hit the other way at all this season by Andrew McCutchen. Base hits or no.
Well, I think one of the problems with Andrew in this slump he's having, if you look at his hot zones in the strike zone, I don't know if that could be his first hit of the year on a pitch on the outside third of the plate.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if it.
I know he's really been struggling to hit balls away from him, and normally that's not the case.
Normally he pounds that ball in the outer half.
You know, you see people try to pound him in a lot. That's why he gets hit a lot. But now, for whatever reason, the balls away this first month of the season have been trouble for him.
2-out single for Andrew McCutchen. He has attempted just one steal this season. Good to see actually McCutchen in the lineup this afternoon. A lot of concern last night when he slid into second base. And he was on the ground for a bit. Finally got up. That was in the 9th inning. A ground ball hit by Neil Walker. Limped off the field and then returned to center. And he's out there again today. Extending that lead a bit.
We might find out about running on Lackey right now.
0-2. Lackey originally drafted by the Angels, second round, 1999. Bluff start by McCutchen. Popped up toward the seats. Stays 0-2. Walker a couple of ground outs and a strikeout last night. Meanwhile, Lackey at 6'6", 235 pounds, been a workhorse over the years. Had Tommy John surgery 3 years back. Longtime American leaguer for the Angels and Red Sox before coming over to the senior circuit in the deal last summer. Another foul. 2,200 innings in the American League for John Lackey before being traded over last summer to the Redbirds. And it was an easy decision for John Mozeliak to pick up that unusual option. He's making just over $500,000, the league minimum.
Now, how did that come about?
It had something to do with the contract that he signed with the Red Sox. When he had that Tommy John surgery, it, I guess, triggered a clause in the deal that added a team option at the end of the 5-year contract for league minimum. It was an $82.5 million deal that he had signed with the Boston Red Sox. And, you know, rather than some people thought he might even retire, he was fine with it.
Well, I'm guessing the year that he missed for Tommy John, he was probably getting paid more than the league minimum.
Absolutely. So, a lot more.
In a way, in his mind, he's probably thinking, okay, we're even now.
Yeah. And he has talked about how he'd like actually to talk about an extension with these Cardinals. He loves pitching here, loves the atmosphere, loves his teammates. A guy who helped beat the Cardinals in the World Series a couple of years ago. He was with the Red Sox. 2-2 on Walker. Starling Marte on deck. Walker battling John Lackey here with McCutchen on at first and 2 down. And that got him. That'll put runners at first and second. Whacked him on the foot and the ankle. So it's first and second for Marte.
When you throw Walker inside, you're going to hit him. He never really moves at all. Never moves. He'll just turn his back a little bit and he'll take it.
Walker hit by the pitch.
Take one for the team. And they will do that. Early opportunity now.
Marte 0 for 4 in last night's ball game. Did have a line out in his first at bat, lined out to right field. He's hitting .234 with 6 homers and 17 runs batted in. He's among the league leaders in the home run and RBI departments. Tied for 4th in the home run category. Likewise with the RBIs, 17. 1-1.
Good location on the last slider, but what was really fooled Marte was the speed difference. Way out in front with that swing.
Back with a fastball, and it's 1-2. His 3rd career start against Pittsburgh.
That call on that last pitch right on the very edge.
It's not close. 2-2. 7 career starts at Busch Stadium for John Lackey. 3-1 here and a .225 ERA. So with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, not bad for Marte. Meanwhile, Molina talks things over with Lackey.
Well, Lackey, when he's even in the count like he is right now, Greg, throws 60.8% fastballs.
Not 60.7?
60.8%
sure? Yeah,
fastballs.
I had a sheet here that said 60.7.
I'm trying to throw some more stats out today.
Well, I hope so. A lot of folks watching that are into the analytics. Try to please everybody, boy. It's not easy, you know?
Yeah.
A wide range of people. Too many stats, not enough stats. Talk too much. More people saying that about me than the others. 3-2 now on Lackey. Full count.
The decision must have been, let's throw a fastball way outside.
Yeah. Full count and a big early pitch. With McCutchen at second and Walker at first. And a one-hop shot to the shortstop. Peralta on to first. Hit hard, but right at Johnny Peralta. Pirates strand a couple, half inning. Pittsburgh nothing. St. Louis comes to bat. Against Francisco Liriano, the Pirates strand a couple in the top of the first inning against John Lackey. We check out the Honda starting lineup for Mike Matheny's Redbirds. John Jay leading off, Matt Carpenter follows, and it's Matt Holliday, and Johnny Peralta hits cleanup, and why not a .341 career hitter against Liriano. And it's Mark Reynolds and Yadier Molina. Bottom third of the order, Colton Wong, Peter Borges, and John Lackey.
Frankie's been good. Just one win so far to show for all that fine work. A lot of strikeouts, 30 Ks, and just a tick over 24 innings. Having a lot of good success getting that slider in there with a lot of swings and misses on that.
Strike on John Jay. Opponent said you saw that number 133 average against him. That's the lowest in the league, and a couple of strikes on John Jay. He went 2 for 5 last night.
Well, they love to chase that slider out of the strike zone, the hitters do. I'm not going to chase that one. But 49.4% of the time this year, when he throws a slider outside the strike zone, they chase him.
Can I see that? Because
no, these are mine.
Mine said 49.3%.
These are mine.
Mine are off. Weekly hit. Liriano lets it go past for Mercer. 1 out.
You start worrying about that slider. That's what happens to you. You get a little late to pull the trigger on the fastball. Get jammed real bad.
Jordy Mercer made that play. We'll check out the rest of the Pirates defense. Andrew McCutchen returns to center. He's flanked by Marte and Polanco. Josh Harrison on the other side of Mercer, along with Neil Walker and Pedro Alvarez at first base. Francisco Cervelli does the catching. Let's hope the Pirates clean things up around that first base bag also this afternoon. Some misfires over there.
Tighten up the D.
Yep. Matt Carpenter swings and fouls the first pitch off. He's third in the league and hitting at .378. A couple more hits for him last night, including the 10th inning double. He's a doubles machine and set up the winning run. He's hitting .436 against left-handed pitching the early going this season. But Liriano is out in front 0-2. 6 1/3 scoreless innings his last time out. The veteran lefty, his 201st career start today. One and two. League leaders in doubles. Matt Carpenter with 14 already. Two and two. That fastball didn't miss by a lot. Fifth start of the season for Liriano. I told you early on, 4-1 against these Cardinals. Check swing. No swing, says Mike Michlinski. He's the third base umpire, with Mike Winters calling the balls and strikes, the crew chief behind home plate. Mark Wegner at first, Marty Foster at second. Full count on Carpenter. And a walk. One out base runner.
That's one of the things that make Carpenter so good. There's the umpires for today's game. Crew chief behind plate. But there was not a single strike thrown in the strike zone in that at bat to Carpenter. But most of the time that doesn't matter. Liriano's still going to get him out. He doesn't have to pitch in the strike zone. But Carpenter, the way he's hitting right now, he only swung at that one slider, that chase, and everything else he was able to take, and he was able to go ahead and get his walk, go down to first.
Ball one on Holiday. 5th in the league in hitting at .357. Holiday's on-base percentage of .483, his best in the senior circuit. He's also drawn his fair share of walks, helping that on-base percentage.
Over the years, he's been a decent double play candidate.
Hit into one last night. 2-1. Cervelli was on the move last night, blocking a number of pitches in the dirt. First base coach for these St. Louis Cardinals, Chris Maloney. Jose Oquendo, the third base coach. Ground ball and a chance. Not an easy double play ball. And they will get it anyway. Jordy Mercer had to move to his right. Weekly hit. They turn the DP. Double play.
If you can get him to try and pull the ball, that's when he's going to be hitting into those double plays. He hit so many ground balls that side. For a long time, he was really hurting us by going the other direction a lot. He didn't seem to do that as often. There was a 2-3 year span. It seems like he'd get 2 hits to right field against us almost every night.
Last year he led the team, the Cardinals club, hitting into 20 double plays. That's the third time he's hit into a twin killing this season. The 22nd double play turn by the Pirates. The Giants lead the National League, having turned 27. Alvarez 0 for 3 last night.
It's always an interesting stat, that how many double plays you turn.
And what it means.
Yeah, does it mean that you're really good at it, or does it mean you're having a lot of base runners?
I remember when the Pirates were pretty bad several years ago. Yeah. We kept talking about how many double plays the Pirates were leading the league.
A lot of opportunities.
Yeah. Strike 3 call. guy who has induced a lot of double plays over the years. Ground Chuck, Charlie Morton, is the subject of our Allegheny Health Network injury update. Scheduled to make a rehab start with the Bradenton Marauders in the Florida State League today, but instead he's going to throw a simulated game in extended spring training. He's been down there since the season started. Throw 90 pitches or 7 innings, and then will join the Pirates up in Pittsburgh. They'll take a look at him, do a bullpen at PNC Park, and then see where he is headed. Eventually he'll go to the minor leagues and start some games there. Francisco Cervelli had a couple of hits last night. Takes the strike. John Lackey as a rookie for the Angels back in 2002, went to the World Series. Angels played the Giants in that 2002 series, and Lackey was the first rookie pitcher to win a 7th game of a World Series that year since the Pirates owned Babe Adams back in 1909. Babe Adams shut out the Detroit Tigers in Game 7 of that World Series. Ground ball to the shortstop. Routine for Peralta. Strikeout and a ground out. Bob Walk knows that feeling, what that's like to pitch as a rookie in the World Series.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a little nerve-wracking, but as a rookie, I don't think you appreciate it, really. I really don't. There was a gentleman in Chicago the other day asking me all about it, and you know, my memories of it weren't nearly what they would have been if I would have been in that World Series a few years later.
Long throw from Carpenter, the third baseman, an 8-pitch second inning.
Mikowski, busy day in sports today, maybe the busiest of the year, and I asked catcher Chris Stewart what he and his teammates plan to do today.
It's kind of the biggest fight in boxing we've seen recently, so a lot of guys are excited to watch that. I'm a big Clippers fan. They got Game 7 tonight back at home. Hopefully they get a big win against San Antonio.
I'm going to definitely watch that fight tonight.
Mayweather or Pacquiao?
I'm going to go with Mayweather.
I want Pacquiao to win, mostly because I want there to be another fight. I want to see them get more than one bout in, because I mean, it's hard to say after one match that's who the best is.
TMT, the money team, Money Mayweather. Money Mayweather always comes through.
All right, So there's a sampling of predictions. We've got another special little bit coming your way later on guys' entrance music and what that would be. Let's just say they had a little fun, and they're going to have some fun tonight. Chris Stewart arranged a big gathering for the guys to watch the game together as a team, Greg and Bob.
All right, Robbie, we'll find out more later on, and I wonder if anybody had any thoughts on the Kentucky Derby. It is a big sports day today. Any thoughts on who's going to win the fight tonight? Pacquiao, Mayweather? No?
I have no idea.
No?
I'm not
Nobody
really,
has any idea.
Well, I'm not really a big. I don't really follow the fight game.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, the sporting event today that I'm. Other than the baseball game in front of us was the 6-hour at Spa in Belgium.
The what?
The 6-hour endurance race in Spa, Belgium was what I was interested in for today. And if I can find some place that shows a replay of that this evening, that'll be what I'm watching.
Oh, don't worry. Everybody will be showing that tonight.
Hey, by the way,
they won't be showing the Pacquiao fight at all.
Nice shirt, by the way.
Hey, you too. Yeah. Thanks. We're glad what do we expect? We called this morning. Called each other. You going to wear the blue? Yep. Here's Mark Reynolds. Takes a strike, getting the start at first base today is the left-handed hitting Matt Adams, who was the hero last night's game, the walk-off hit. Adams sits in favor of the veteran Mark Reynolds. And it was Reynolds who tied the game in the 7th inning with a pinch hit dribbler, exactly right, off of Jared Hughes. Pirates were leading 1-0. Johnny Peralta led off against Archimedes Caminero and singled. Jason Hayward walked, and Molina hit a looper to shallow left that was caught by Jordy Mercer. And Clint Hurdle went to Antonio Bastardo, who struck out Colton Wong, and then Jared Hughes facing Mark Reynolds. And I wondered, Bob, about this. Why the Pirates had Walker over there.
Where is the one spot that he does not hit ground balls to? Right where he hit that dribbler.
That's why.
He hits ground balls to right. He pulls a lot of ground balls into the hole. The one gap in that spray chart is to the shortstop side of second base, and that's where he put the ball last night. It's just it was a black swan event. That's all it was.
It was an interesting defense, Jared Hughes, because as you saw, they had Walker still over on the right side of second base, and Mercer playing him closer toward third. The big pull, but
I mean, that's where you would play. Yep. You look at that spray chart, and now you're going to set your defense. Well, okay, there's a big hole to the shortstop side of second base. We won't play anybody right there. And sure enough, that's where it goes.
Going back to last year, the beginning of last season, all those ground balls that Reynolds hit. Here's Yadier Molina. So you go with the law of averages. The Pirates had that defense set up. After a strikeout of Reynolds, Molina takes. It's 1-2. Molina 2 for 13 lifetime against Liriano. That's a 154 lifetime batting average. Bounce to the right side, and Alvarez plays it off the body and then tosses to Liriano. 1-2-3, go the Redbirds through 2. It's 0-0.
is brought to you by Toyota. Toyota helps you get the most out of your drive. Just ask a friend who drives one. Toyota, let's go places. By Barrel Automotive, we're driven to be better. And by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Let's go Bucks.
Scoreless ball game here in St. Louis. Pirates Cardinals. Francisco Liriano starting things off here against John Lackey. Just a gorgeous day here in St. Louis. This series, the road trip, will wrap up tomorrow. Started it in Phoenix. Pirates swept the D-backs, went to Wrigley Field. 3 straight night games, lost the first 2, won the finale, and were beaten in 10 innings last night. Liriano is 0 for 7. Bounces this to the right side. Wong on to Reynolds. Lackey retires his mound opponent. Pirates host these Cardinals next weekend. 3-game series, and Saturday following the 7:05 games and Belly Fireworks. Presented by Coca-Cola and Cedar Point. Plus, every fan's a winner. Eat, Park, Scratch, and Win Saturday. For tickets, go to Pirates.com. Middle game of that series next weekend at PNC Park. Pirates have gone 3-14 in their last 17 games played here at Busch Stadium. But on the flip side, last 18 games played at PNC Park, they've gone 13-5. So big-time home field advantage in the series between these two clubs. Polanco hit a comebacker to Lackey his first time up. A little flare drops in. 1-out single. You know Polanco will go.
Yeah, and that's what we're really looking for, is to do some things like that, to try to force a run across. Run, as I said before, and when you get somebody like, if Polanco somehow gets to third base and there's still just 1 out, got to get a ball put in play, get him home, whether it's just a ground ball to the middle infield, a fly ball to left, whatever it takes. Got to start scratching out some runs here and there. And with the pitching they're getting, that'll win some ball games.
Polanco 7 for 7 in attempts. Last year opponents were 17 out of 20 versus Lackey. Harrison flied to right his first time up. Lackey stays in that set position, so timeout finally called. Another throw over and back standing up. Molina won his 7th consecutive Gold Glove last year, despite missing several weeks with torn ligament in his thumb.
A couple of our pitchers the other day said that they really like the fact that the hitters can't go on those walks anymore. They have to stay in the box. Things seem to be a little quicker, and we of course know that from watching.
There goes Polanco. Pitch is taken for a ball, and Polanco is going to be safe as he kicks the ball out of the glove and going to third base as Wong is hurt. Polanco, that feet first slide, whacked the ball out of Wong's glove. The glove now sits on the dirt in front of second base, and out comes one of the trainers and Mike Matheny.
The feet first slide, Greg, is almost kind of like a little bit of a lost art. I go back to watching guys like Lonnie Smith, who would just be a train wreck coming into the bag feet first. Nobody wanted to hang in there with those guys and make a tag. They, the guys that go feet first, the big strong guys, they slide hard, they slide late, and that's what Polanco does. And now he's at third and 1 out. This is the scenario we were just talking about.
sure what he hurt. Thought for a minute there that going in feet first, the
Yeah,
spike.
He might have felt like his elbow got hyperextended.
Allegheny Health Network Supermo.
See right there, I think that the elbow might have got banged.
Charge an error to Molina. Infield in now.
Take advantage.
Yep.
Well, this is talk about scraping together a run. This is it right here.
I think Molina's checking on the count.
What I was about to say is their reaction is that they think the hitters are calling time and stepping out more when they come to the stretch position. The hitters aren't being as patient waiting.
Molina not happy. The ball looked like it was in the strike zone, but it was called a ball by Mike Winters. (2-0). Carpenter doing what he could to try and keep Polanco as close. Now, they weren't doing the Chris Bryant play that we saw in Chicago.
Look where both of these pitches are, Greg. According to the strike zone, they're both in there. But
and a base hit, taking advantage with the infield in. Josh Harrison singles home Polanco.
Hey, you got a fast guy who's going on contact, get a ball put in play, infield in. They don't have much lateral range because they're so close to you, so it's easier to find a hole. And it's almost exactly what we're talking about. All three of those pitches are in the same spot, by the way.
Josh Harrison.
That run right there was almost a definition of manufacturing one. Polanco's aggressiveness on the bases created that opportunity, and Harrison able to cash it in. Now will Jay maybe do the same thing?
Ball is popped up on the infield. Andrew McCutchen will be retired as Carpenter makes the catch for the second out. McCutchen 1 for 2. Frustrated.
Pretty good pitch to hit, a fastball belt high, straight up.
Lackey gives up the 1-out single. Polanco steals second, goes to third on the error that was charged to Molina, and with the infield in, Harrison singles past Carpenter. 6th RBI for Harrison, and the batter Neil Walker, who was hit by a pitch in the first. Well, one of the tips to win was Bob Walkie had it, manufacture runs, and Bob once again right on the money.
Well, very seldom do I miss any of those.
Well, I know that. And another $1 off some tickets for the homestand. Keep working on that. Walker toward right center field. Borges will cut it off. Harrison to third. 2-out base hit for Walker. Puts runners at the corners. That brings up Marte.
Good pitch to hit. Smoking all the way. Running hard.
Marte with the one-hop shot to Johnny Peralta on a 3-2 pitch in the first inning. Swings and misses the first offering here. (17 RBIs for Marte. That's hit out of play off to the right. Remember, for every run the Pirates score this series, rest of the day today and tomorrow, $1 off the purchase price for select tickets for the homestand that starts Tuesday night. 3 with the Reds, 3 with the Cardinals. Lower outfield box tickets. Still 0-2 on Marte. Gregory Polanco got this started with his base hit to right. 3 hits now in the inning. Lackey tries to put away Marte ahead of the count, 0-2.
Lackey right now is trying to stay away from Marte. They haven't taken even one shot at throwing anything inside to him yet. You see where the first 4 are. They're going out there again.
Got him, and it worked. Chased. Pirates get 1 and strand a couple. 1-0 Pittsburgh.
On Root Sports is brought to you by the Chevy Malibu and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Pirates take a 1-0 lead, head to the bottom of the 3rd inning at Busch Stadium. UPMC scoreboard shows you the Pirates with the 4 hits and the 1 run. Turns out to be an earned run against Lackey. We'll see how Liriano does in the bottom 3rd of the order. Wong, Borges, and Lackey. Colton Wong was 0 for 3 last night. Snapped a 7-game hitting streak. Towards center field, shallow. And a diving catch by Andrew McCutchen, one of his best ever. What a play!
Outstanding play.
What a play by Andrew McCutchen on the dead run.
Laying out, glove first, fantastic. Wong doesn't even want to come off the field. He's still standing at first base. This is just a fabulous, fabulous play.
Great look from the Allegheny Health Network Super Bowl.
Slid that glove right along in the grass underneath that baseball.
Fabulous grab by Andrew McCutchen. Good to see him bounce right back up too. Feeling good this afternoon.
That's a big play.
Yeah.
It's always an important inning.
That ball hit better than I thought by Borges.
Yeah. Always an important inning. You know, that after you've scored, to go out there and put up a 0, and that really changes the inning around, the complexion of the inning. A leadoff hitter getting on that can always lead to something. Kutch was able to say, no, you're not getting on.
That was
tightening up the defense, right?
Yeah. Wasn't that the other tip?
The little things you have to do to win these close pitchers duels.
Now, what were your 2 tips? Tips to win. What were they?
I'm sure we'll see them up again.
Oh, yeah. Better do it now. Lackey fouls it off to the right. Another look at the Kutch catch. From center field. But it does change everything, doesn't it?
Yep.
At the good speed of Wong at first base, nobody out. Borges can run. Lackey hitting this ball the other way. Lackey 0 for 8 this season.
Yeah, you look at plays like that, it's like, well, that was a good catch, but there was nothing going on. It's like it's not going to change anything. But little plays like that in close games, that sometimes can say who wins. And you know, until our offense starts clicking and putting up 4 or 5, 6 runs a game every day, every night, then you're going to have to play more of that perfect type baseball. When you're not hitting the 3-run home run, you got to run the bases well, make all the plays on defense. One thing for sure you have to do is pitch well. Well, they got that down. They've been pitching very well.
You got to get Lackey out. Wow. John Lackey over the years dreadful at the plate, and Liriano walks him. Instead of John Jay leading off next inning, Jay comes to the plate with Lackey aboard. You see the frustrations there from Liriano.
I like that you found a silver lining in walking the pitcher with 2 outs. John Jay is a pretty good leadoff guy. Get him out of the way right now.
It's one of my tips to win. Ball 1. Jay bounced out in the first. On a strike on John Jay, who was drafted in the 2nd round out of the University of Miami in 2006. Last year hit .308. Sorelli thought that might have been a strike.
It was away.
Pirates really can't complain. They got some calls there. I saw on the top of this 3rd inning. Now ball to the right side. Walker to Alvarez. Andrew McCutchen. Highlight catch here to lead off the bottom of the 3rd, robbing Colton Wong. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Pedro Alvarez will lead off, beginning our day automotive this day in Pirates history. This day last year, Bucks beat the Blue Jays. Pedro Alvarez tied it, 2-run homer off Sergio Santos. Then after an out, Starling Marte caps off a 4-for-5 day at the plate walk-off home run. Neil Walker, Andrew McCutchen each had 3 hits, 6-5 win over the Toronto Blue Jays at PNC Park. Going into that game, the Pirates' season record was 10-18. They were 8 games under 500. Going into the game a year ago, today they start 12-11. And lead John Lackey 1-0. It'll be Alvarez, Cervelli, and Mercer in the 4th. Lackey has given up a couple of home runs this season.
Feeling one right here, aren't you? Day game, Pedro up.
Pedro, they call him. Lackey gave up 24 home runs last year combined with the Red Sox and Cardinals.
Where's he going to hit this one?
He's going to pull this one, Bob, into the Cardinal bullpen.
I'm looking at the grass-covered hill in dead center.
Oh, dead center, huh? Okay. Alvarez, since the beginning of the 2012 season, has hit 37 home runs in day games. It's tops in the National League.
That's where 38 is going to land right there. Oh, he tried to pull that one. Too far out in front.
3 of his 4 home runs this season have been hit in day games. But he's not homered since the 19th of last month against Milwaukee. It's been a while. Down on strikes.
Oh, breaking balls.
3rd K. He's gotten Alvarez twice, has Lackey. $17 strikeouts on the year for Lackey in 29 innings.
Change-up grip going.
Headed up the middle, but Wong, a bobble, a drop, a pickup, a throw, and safe at first. And Aaron Colton Wong, his 4th of the season.
Put him stick in the glove, and then he still had the out if he just picked the ball up the first time.
Even with all that, made it bang bang.
Well, a panic set in.
Yeah. Mercer takes strike 1. Bounced out to Matt Carpenter in the 2nd.
I think that's almost funny with Lackey. He uses the change-up grip to take his sign with. You know why, Greg?
Why?
Because this year he's thrown
percentage of
1.2% of his pitches are changing.
1.2%.
So he's only thrown a 1 every 100 pitches, but yet he takes the sign with a change-up grip.
That is funny.
You can find things like that out on the stat sheets.
Yep.
1.2% change-ups this year,
bad.
which is down from last season.
What was it last year?
2.9.
Oh.
There it is. In case he ever throws me, he's got the grip.
One and 2. So looking down at Rick Sofield.
It'd be like if AJ didn't get signed. He's holding the ball as change-up.
He said he mixed in more changeups last night.
Really?
Do you think he was just saying that after the game?
I'll have to check the stat sheet next time he pitches.
I think his percentage of changeups is pretty low too. I don't know if it's Lackey low, but Burnett doesn't throw many.
Well, I did look at it earlier in the year, and he wasn't throwing hardly any at all. I don't know what he's done lately, to be honest with you. I know he's been featuring a real good curveball all season.
Actually, Burnett's thrown it 2.6% of the time this year, the changeup. And a strikeout of Mercer.
That slider, a lot of those thrown. We're not going to give you the number, don't worry.
Oh, don't you count on it. don't bet that we won't.
No, I think I've
made the point.
I'll back off on the stats for a while.
Liriano puts a charge into one, but Borges is going to be back there to make the catch. The speedy center fielder tracks it down. Still a 1-0 Pirate lead.
And I went around the clubhouse earlier and asked the guys, if you were in a title fight and entering the ring, what would you choose as your entrance song?
Oh, man. Maybe Coolio, Gangsta's Paradise? I don't know.
DMX, Mike Tyson entrance song.
Mama Said Knock You Out.
After hearing some discussion, my initial reaction was going to be LL Cool J, Mama Said Knock You Out, but I heard that's Walker, so I'd probably go the same route and have my brother make one.
It's a fight. It's a fight. Head buster. Head buster. I think that's Roy Jones Jr. actually. I think that's his song. He was a good fighter too. So, yeah, probably that's my song. That's probably where I come out to.
I'd have to say "My Way" by Frank Sinatra.
Oh, what we would pay to watch Ray Searage walk into that kind of entrance song. It would be fantastic theater and fantastic stuff. But it's a cool thing. Maybe we'll have a little fun, get the guys talking away from baseball a little bit. And, you know, I don't know what your guys' entrance song would be, Greg.
I was going to ask you first, Robbie. Actually, we'll have to come up with an entrance song for Robbie.
Yeah, I don't really have one. But I couldn't fight anyways. I would lose. I have no chance.
Well, there's a fighter right there on your screen, Ray Searage. That is for sure. And speaking of the big sports day, Point Park University tweet, there's the fight, draft, NBA, and NHL playoffs, but there is nothing like a Saturday day game of Bucks baseball. Hashtag Bucks Booth if you have a thought, comment, question. Point Park University tweets. And thanks for that one. And it is true, there is nothing like Saturday afternoon baseball.
It'd be great if there was more of it. we enjoyed day baseball. I'm a big fan of it. I was kind of disappointed that we had all those night games in Chicago, especially because it was so cold, but still.
As long as you came prepared, you're okay. Nice and warm.
Yeah, if you got a nice coat.
Big heavy coat.
You're all right.
Hope you left it there. Booth for the Brewers broadcasters. The Brewers are leading 4-0 at Wrigley in the top of the 4th inning.
No, see, they had day baseball. How did that work? Yesterday they had a day game on a Friday.
Not fair. Carpenter takes 2-1. Liriano walked him in the first. Carpenter's really one of those guys that you just admire. Real grinder. Last few years, he's old school. No batting gloves. There's that look of his hitting coach, John Mabry, former Cardinal.
Not a good player.
Not flashy. There's John Mabry. Bill Miller is the assistant hitting coach. David Bell there to his left is also a coach on Mike Matheny's staff. Yes, he went. Strikeout. Carpenter pleading his case with Mike Winters.
The hitters always want a base umpire to call them out on a check swing. They don't like it when the umpire doesn't.
Our Barrel Automotive League leaders stat, the National League leaders in swing and miss percentage, Bob.
Some pretty good pitchers there. James Shields had a hard high.
With 36.3%. The swing percentage.
You gotta love those percentages.
He's coming into this game. Holiday takes. Coming in 5th in the league in hitting. Holiday won a batting title back in 2007 with the Rockies. He's 36 years old. He was acquired from Oakland by the Cardinals in the summer of 2009. Bounce. Diving stop by Harrison. What a play. That ball took a hop he wasn't expecting. What a play by Jay Hay.
A fantastic defense so far in this ball game behind Liriano. A couple of great ones now. That ball was scalded and he was able to move and get it. As you said, it's something to catch a ball that's hit right at you that hard, but then to have to go that far, a step and a dive.
As you're diving for the ball to take that hop.
Yep. Great play.
Two down. A pop-up weakly hit to the right side. Should be easy for Walker. It is. And that's 4 innings. Complete, and another look at the spectacular play by Josh Harrison. Pirates on opening day. Hear from the Pirates front office and see special interviews with the voice finalist Chris Jameson and race owner Chip Ganassi. Check out jam-packed Pirates opening day on A Day in the Life with Josh Miller, Tuesday at 6 on Root Sports.
Should be a great show.
Absolutely. So far, Pirates putting on a great show here in St. Louis. Gregory Polanco leads off. He's 1 for 2. Strike call.
See if we can get Polanco on. Maybe cause some havoc on the base paths again. Grind out another one, right?
Yep.
I like that you said grind a while ago. It's going to be the theme of the day. They work hard. Scratch out a run here, run there. Make them stand up.
2-1 on Polanco. Pirates saw Lackey last year. It's a strike. Lackey just a good ball game here at Busch Stadium against the Pirates last season.
He's been doing a good job this afternoon. Ariano's doing a better job.
Lined into right field. Over quickly, Jay to hold Polanco to a single. He had a 1-out hit to right field in the 3rd inning, and here he leads off the 5th.
The throw by Jay came in. Kind of in between hop. Peralta had the backhand. Watch this. Now he backhanded up. There was nobody standing behind him. Nobody backing up. That ball would have gone all the way down where the ball boys were if he would have missed it. I don't think he realized that there was nobody behind him, or he wouldn't have tried to catch it that way. He would have got in front of it. Make sure he at least knocked it down.
Harrison showing punt. The ball comes off the mitt of the catcher Molina. Polanco trots to second.
They'll give the Gold Glover a pass ball.
I thought they gave him an error earlier that you could have argued that Wong should have been charged with the error. So the pass ball charged to Molina.
I think he deserved that error.
Well, the ball did hit Polanco, but Wong didn't do him any favors.
No, could have saved him, but he didn't.
Now they'll try and Harrison will try and at least get Polanco to 3rd. Jay Hay with the RBI single in the 3rd moments ago. A great diving stop. Robbed Matt Holliday of a hit. Bunts it. Lackey off balance throw and just does get Harrison on a nice play by Mark Reynolds. Sacrifice 1-3.
That's a great play by Reynolds. That throw had to be incredibly close to Harrison, wasn't it? That is just
what
missing.
A play. Well, we saw Reynolds make some fabulous plays at first base last year with the Brewers. Long-time 3rd baseman.
That missed Harrison's helmet by an inch, maybe.
Now the infield in, and here's Andrew McCutchen. See Reynolds well off the line at first.
But they got to be in on the grass because the in really tight like they are because of the speed. They have to really respect Polanco, and Polanco's most likely going on first contact, or just basically contact. So he's going to get a good jump.
Takes. Three and 0. A 4-pitch walk gave McCutchen nothing at all there. First walk allowed by Lackey. He and Francisco Liriano were matched up last year, August 25th. A strong pitcher's duel. Lackey went 7 innings, gave up 1 run on 7 hits. Liriano went 6 scoreless. A game the Cardinals would win 3-2. Walker has been hit by a pitch and singled. Ball 1.
Lackey all of a sudden is a little afraid of the bat, isn't he?
One ball, no strikes on Walker. I think McCutchen would take off. Bob, wouldn't you? 1 ball, 1 strike with Polanco at third.
Definitely would stay out of a double play.
Not going. It's 1-2 now.
Throw with Polanco down at third base. Might just eat the ball.
One and 2 on Walker. It remains 1-2. 77 pitches thrown.
They probably have a must-run sign.
So there's a green light that allows you to go if you think you get a good jump, and then there's the must-run that says go.
The must-run. This is not a good scenario for the must-run because of the count.
Popped him up. Peralta. We'll see if the must run isn't used now by the Pirates. With
well, now a 1-2 count would be good for a must run because of the 2 outs.
I agree with you. I don't even. We've seen Marte and McCutchen on the corners in the past, and maybe even Polanco and Marte on the corners where that great speed can create havoc.
They got the 3 fastest guys on the team out there right now. One's at the plate, maybe the fastest of the 3. Oh no, that'd be interesting when we get to those stadiums that have the tracking. See who actually runs the fastest. Early on, I read somewhere that the fastest has been Hamilton, Cincinnati.
2-0 on Marte. Pirates have one stolen base today. Polanco swiped it in the third and then went to third on Molina's throwing error.
That got him the run.
Yeah. Unusual game in that the opponent has stolen a base against Yadier Molina. He's committed an error and he's been charged with a pass ball. That hasn't happened since early August 2011. The same game, and a bluff start by McCutchen and a dribbler toward the shortstop. And on to first, a close play. Polanco will be stranded at third. McCutchen will be stranded at first as that play went 6-3.
Clint's out of the dugout.
Bang, bang at first. Johnny Peralta throwing to Mark Reynolds. They're not going to challenge. The Pirates strand a pair, but lead 1-0. Will be performing at Stage AE on Sunday, May 10th. So come on out and see the Pirates and the Cardinals on Mother's Day, and then head to Stage AE. Point Park University tweets calling at the bottom of your screen some outstanding defensive plays. Pirates' own Clutch. Andrew McCutchen, play made by Pirates center fielder in the third inning, and Harrison robbing Holiday last inning. Mark Reynolds fouls a pitch off. 0-2. Reynolds, Molina, and Wong, 5, 6, 7 in the order.
That should have been strike 3. That was close, very close.
Very, very close. W.B. Mason strike zone. Roller, Jordy Mercer takes care of Reynolds.
Saw him off. Great location with that pitch.
Now with one out, the batter Yadier Molina.
Liriano doesn't do that very often. Normally when he gets ahead, he goes off speed pitch, tries to get the chase. At that time he got ahead. Got the hitter on a little defensive. And threw the fastball in the hands.
A pop up on the right side. Walker. 2 outs. Well, Liriano has allowed 2 base runners through 4 2/3 innings. A walk to Carpenter with 1 out in the first, and a 2-out free pass to his mound opponent John Lackey in the third.
Doing a real good job with his pitch count this afternoon. Only thrown 58 pitches here in the 5th inning, and that's something that a lot of times will get away from Francisco, is that pitch count. He doesn't have a lot of complete games in his career, that's for sure. Just a couple, I think. But today, a real good job with it.
Bounced right side, and Alvarez comes well off the line and tosses to Liriano, a 7-pitch 5th inning. 1-0 Pirates, getting interesting.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Allegheny Health Network. Health for all. By Kenny Ross, Ask a Neighbor. And by Levin Mattress, located in all Levin furniture showrooms and freestanding stores. Let's go Bucks!
Pirates have a 1-0 lead going to the 6th inning. The batter is Pedro Alvarez. To give Liriano some breathing room here. Alvarez has struck out twice. Both times up against Lackey. Once looking, once swinging.
The last time I got all breaking balls for 3 of them. See how he works him this time. First pitch was an elevated fastball. Another fastball. Obviously went back to the slider. It's always a little thought in your mind when you're out there pitching. You're having success with one certain kind of pitch to somebody. It's like, at what point do you think they're going to change to take that away from you? Or are they? You don't want to like be kicking yourself later saying, oh, I went to the well once too often. But then if you change and they get a hit, then everybody looks at you like, what are you doing?
Checks and takes in the dirt. Alvarez 1 hit in his last 13 at bats. 4 out of 22 on this road trip. He's not the only one, though, that is struggling offensively. He's been a theme for much of this season. Popped out of play. There was hope that when the Pirates collected 14 hits and scored 8 runs Wednesday night in Chicago, that it might get the offense rolling.
How many home runs have we hit on this road trip? Just one. That's I think it's something that this team should do a lot of this year. And that's I guess you could say that's really the missing ingredient so far. I mean, you don't like to strike out and walk numbers, but the home runs, the quick offense. A lot of very capable guys of that throughout our lineup, and you know what's going to happen.
And a walk to Pedro Alvarez. Just the 4th unintentional walk this season for Alvarez. Pirates take on the Reds this coming homestand, and Thursday night, the concluding game of the series. The first 20,000 fans get a Clint Hurdle Gnome presented by Trib Total Media. For tickets, go to Pirates.com. 7:05 against the Reds this coming Thursday night. That'll be A.J. Burnett on the hill for the Bucks. Garrett Cole will pitch Wednesday night, middle game of that series. See if the leadoff walk leads to anything. Cervelli goes the other way, and a base hit. Wasted no time. Francisco Cervelli. Base hit to right, 2 aboard.
A lot of guys in that situation, they're thinking about going the other way. If they get the hit, and it's a little softer hit, you're talking about first and third. You always have the big hole over there because the first baseman's holding on the runner. Cervelli, really a nice, smart piece of hitting, and he got the perfect pitch, too. Down and away to hit a ball through that hole on the right side.
Jordy Mercer has bounced to third and struck out. Pirates now with 5 hits. Mercer fouls this back out of play. Get the bullpen going here. 91 pitches thrown by Lackey. Randy Choate, the veteran lefty. Seth Maness. Choate probably getting ready for Polanco. Polanco in the hole.
Getting ready for Liriano.
Fly ball to center field. Alvarez is going to tag. See what happens here. Borges will make the catch, and Alvarez will advance 90 feet.
If you're going to bring Choate in for Polanco, why wouldn't you bring him in for Liriano? The way Liriano, he's hit the ball sharply 2 times in a row. Last time up, hit the ball as warning track almost in center field. Just a thought. If you're going to bring him in anyway.
Liriano going to talk to Rick Sofield, find out exactly what they want to do here. Figure he'll be bunting.
If you're the Cardinals, you want to try and strike him out, right? Matheny came up the steps, and now he's gone back down.
Liriano has struck out 5 times in 7 at bats. Bunts it foul.
Be interesting to see what he does if he gets Liriano out. What will he do? Will he, if it's a successful bunt, is he going to walk Polanco? Pitch to Jay. It's one of the great things about these close games that seem to play with the Cardinals all the time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
strategy,
a lot of things going on, all the moving parts.
And the great thing about the National League game is the sacrifice is accomplished. Alvarez,
he could have scored on that.
Certainly could have. Carpenter was 3/4 of the way down the line.
Could have easily scored, or Molina can't throw to first.
Yeah.
And you got bases loaded.
Watch this.
Now, if Alvarez comes in, follows Carpenter, Molina can't throw the ball to first. or Alvarez walks home. And now they are going to throw 4 wide ones. Now pitch to J-Hay. Now, if they were bases loaded right now, Molina would have been forced to eat that ball. They couldn't pitch around Polanco. So even if you don't score, they don't get an out. If you follow that third baseman down the line, that makes whoever fields the ball make a choice. I go to first and I give up a run, or I eat the baseball.
Let's see if we can see it again at some point here, Bob. Describe it as the intentional walk. Again, watch Alvarez and watch where that third baseman is.
Yeah, now Carpenter comes in. If Alvarez is coming in with him, if he's standing right now, if Alvarez is standing halfway to home right next to Carpenter, then there's no way Molina can throw the ball to first, or you're going to give up an easy run. I've talked about this hundreds of times. Talked about how that was actually a set play back in the Chuck Tanner days. That he'd love to have you bunt the ball to the first, or not, excuse me, the third baseman there. And then because the third baseman's always like, what I do now.
You can see too on that replay, Carpenter going back and forth looking at Alvarez.
Yeah, Carpenter really should not have came in like that. Carpenter messed up. Carpenter needs to stay at third there. Unless the ball's bunted at him, there's no reason for him to be in there. And that's why Chuck always told you, bunt the ball to third baseman. Make the third baseman come in and make that play. Because once he picks the ball up, he's got a choice to make. Either run the runner, chase the runner back to third, or throw to first and give up a run.
Up. Room for Reynolds. And he'll make the catch, and the Pirates lead. The bases loaded. Go to the bottom of the 6th. 1-0. Send you back in time. 2011, May 3rd. So 4 years ago tomorrow against the White Sox. Then a member of the Minnesota Twins, Francisco Liriano, throwing a no-hitter. First no-hitter of 2011, the 263rd in Major League history back in 2011. 6th in Twins history. He opposed Edwin Jackson that day. And through 60 pitches, 5 innings of work, Peter Borges will lead things off. pinch hit for Lackey. Jason Hayward comes out on deck. Borges showing bunt. Borges sent Andrew McCutcheon back toward the wall in right center field his first time up. And a line drive, base hit into center field. First hit of the game belongs to Borges. They'll bring up Jason Hayward.
The key thing now is to win this ball game, obviously. A lot of speed on right now at first. During that tying run. Nobody out.
Ball one. Hayward was 0 for 2 with a couple of walks, a couple of steals last night. His first year as a member of the Cardinals. One and one. Lackey gives up 1 run on 6 hits.
Plenty of room for Hayward to lay down a bunt now, isn't it?
Yeah. Practically the entire left side of the infield. But he lines it over the head of Josh Harrison. It's first and third, nobody out. A pinch hit single for Hayward.
But the shift almost paid off big time there. Almost. You can see the shift has put Jay in an excellent spot to make this play. Just barely got over his glove.
Allegheny Health Network, Supermo just eluding Harrison's glove.
Bad thing about that shift, when there is a base hit to any position, there's no way to stop the runner from getting the third, even a base hit out to left. Borges, once he saw that Jay didn't make that catch and he could make his break from first base, never had to hesitate going around second. There's nobody at third base to take a throw.
Infield will concede a run. Middle infield anyway.
Right now, Lariano is thinking about a strikeout.
Sharply hit. What a pick by Alvarez. He fires it over the head of Cervelli. Great pick. The hesitation. And he guns it over Cervelli's head. And it's tied at 1.
That's a great defensive play by Pedro to keep that ball from getting down in the corner for extra bases, turn it into at least 1 out.
No error. It would have been a bang-bang play even if the throw was accurate. A little hesitation. That has been an issue, of course, with Alvarez. There have been a couple of times this year where he has thrown accurately towards second. There have also been times we have seen that. So it's 1-1. Excellent pick by Pedro Alvarez. Matt Carpenter has walked and struck out. Ball, one strike on Matt Carpenter.
You don't want to run it to the ground, but again, to win these pitchers' duels, you have to play perfect baseball on both sides of the ball. And we should have scored another run last inning. We were in position to take advantage of it and didn't. And then you have to play exceptional defense. And there was the out at the plate, and we didn't get it.
Fly ball toward Polanco at right. Setting up for a throw toward third, and there will be no advance as Hayward held at second. Two outs for Matt Holliday. Jason Hayward, the pinch hit single. Strike, it's 1-1. Holliday certainly not in agreement there with Mike Winters.
We got a break there, but hey, it happens. Sometimes the breaks go the other way on these balls and strikes. That one a few inches outside. Rung up. Inside, got swung on and missed.
Just a couple of strikeouts for Liriano. A base hit by Peter Borges to start this inning. The first hit that Liriano had given up since a one-out single by Jordan Pacheco, the Diamondbacks, in the second inning on Sunday. Liriano went 6 1/3 innings Sunday, allowed 2 hits, walked 6, struck out 7. Pirates blanked the D-backs 8-0. He struck out only 2 this afternoon. Make it 3. Tied at 1. As we move to the 7th inning, Matt Holliday really upset now with Winters. wide strike zone. Mike Winters rung up. Our UPMC scoreboard shows you tied at 1. And we look at the strike zone here.
The number 2 pitch was called a strike outside, and look at this for strike 3, way inside. That's why Holiday was all upset about. Although, look at this. He swung at it anyway. I think if they would have checked, I think he would have been called out anyway. But boy, that was a wide zone, and that's why he's so upset right there. He's asking. You gave him one outside, and now that one inside. But you swung at it anyway.
Here's Seth Maness, the new pitcher. Maness pitched a scoreless 8th inning last night. Roller to second. This gets a lot of ground ball outs.
Pitching last night's game.
Got Jordy Mercer to bounce back to the mound. Then Sean Rodriguez ripped a single to right field and headed to second base. Jason Hayward gunned him out at second.
Strike thrower.
Gregory Polanco also grounded out.
No walks. 11 previous games.
Lackey walked 3, 1 intentionally struck out 4. About 6 hits to 1 run. Another ground ball. Easy play for Wong. A couple of ground balls to the right side. Wong has committed an error in this game as well. Marte 0 for 3. Twice he's bounced to short, struck out swinging to end the second. Pirates left 2 men on in the first. They were retired 1, 2, 3 in the second inning. They left 2 men on in the third, scored their run in that frame. Left a man on in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and the bases loaded in the sixth. No chance for Peralta. Marte, the infield single.
Well, just turn that infield hit into a double.
Alvarez 0 for 2 with a walk.
Pedro have to do something here with the bat, get a redeemer for that throw home.
Ramos gave up 7 home runs in 80 innings last year. He knows Marte's going to take off at some point. Ball 1.
Yeah, they would like to throw breaking balls, off-speed stuff to Pedro, but they would also like to throw fastballs because they know Marte's going to steal.
The other way, slicing away from Holiday. That is a fair ball and stays in play. Nope, they're going to say a fan interfered, and that cost the Pirates a run. Rick Sofield was waving home Marte, but a fan reached over. A double for Alvarez.
Now, they don't have to do that, do they? Can't they?
No, they don't have to. In fact, Clint Hurdle is going to... You can actually replay this, can't you? Yeah. He's going to go to Mike Buchlinski. He's going to ask for a replay. Challenge this.
Well, the umpires can put the... oh, did that go... That went into the stands, though, didn't it? That bounced over. I can't really... I couldn't tell on the replay, but I think that ball bounced into the... They can't... I was going to say, if a fan reached over, they can put the runners wherever they think they should be. But if it bounces into the stands,
it's automatic.
That's ground rule double.
Let's take a look. Ball goes in and no interference from the fan. The ball hits him. Tries to back off even. So
yeah, that bounced into the stands. There's nothing that the umpires could do. Because it's just automatic. Everybody goes up 2 bases.
Cervelli. One ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Two and 1. Toward third, and Carpenter throws out Cervelli. 7th inning stretch here. Pirates strand 2 more. 1-1. A look at this call here. The ball bounces and hits the fan as he tried to back off. Another look at where Marte was. He would have scored easily, it would appear. And watch the third base umpire, Mike Machlinski, call fan interference.
Ground rule double, you mean?
Well, he showed fan interference, a sign. And that's why Clint Hurdle came out and asked.
Well, they would change it to a ground rule double.
Yeah. Now let's listen to Chris Guccione, the umpire who sat down with Root Sports over the winter, talk about this call.
But I think what a lot of people might have a misconception on is fan interference is not a ground rule double, but is an award. And it really, when the fan interference happens, the runners are placed where the umpire thinks they would have gotten if the fan interference would not have happened. So that would not be, even though it's a dead ball, then the umpire places the runners. Unlike the ground rule double where it's an automatically 2 bases.
Chris Guccione explained that call. Sit down over the winter with Root Sports. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count now on Peralta. Tough break for the Pirates. They would have scored the go-ahead run. The Pirates have left 12 men on base.
Yeah, I wish they hadn't have overturned it.
Marte was being waved home by Rick Sofield. 3-1 now on Peralta. Full count. 4, 5, 6 in the order. Here's the Pirates' third base coach. Stays 3-2. Peter Borges collected the first hit off Liriano leading off last inning. Jason Hayward pinch hit single, moved him to third. A leadoff walk. MLB.tv Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, is celebrating 13 years. Watch every out-of-market game live or on demand in True HD on over 400 mobile and connected devices. Real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking widget, and more. Every night on every device. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Mark Reynolds has struck out and bounced to short. Third walk for Liriano. Bounce toward third. Harrison for 1, 2. A double play. It's the second turn. That one went 5-4-3 around the horn.
I think it was odd that they didn't bunt there.
Yeah. Very.
And look where Jay was pointing.
Yeah.
He was playing way deep. They knew for sure he wasn't going to bunt. I don't know, tie game late.
Yeah.
A guy that's a great double play candidate at the plate. You think they'd have had him bunting? And now the inning is over. Let's go hit.
Yep. Marte drifting in makes the catch. Still 1-1.
The Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in today's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. What a performance again from Francisco Liriano.
Starting pitching. It's been amazing.
He's on deck. Pirates trying to scratch and claw and get a run here. Seth Maness gave up 2 hits, stranded a pair. Bucks have left a dozen on base. Mercer 0 for 3.
They scratched out that run earlier, but they've been doing the opposite since then. A lot of opportunities in a close ball game going by the boards.
Seth Bates, outstanding rookie season 2 years ago. 2.32 ERA last year. Just with a 2.91 earned run average, covering 80 innings. 11th round pick in 2011 by these Cardinals. 26 years old. East Carolina University. Follows John Lackey, who went 6 strong innings. Another foul. Sellout crowd of 45,095 this afternoon. Homestand that started against the Phillies. Comes Carpenter, and Carpenter makes the play.
Not an easy one. Similar to that ball that Marte hit, that's always your only chance on those choppers out toward the shortstop positions for that third baseman to come cutting across and get to him a little early.
Mariano lines a single to center field.
I'm telling you, he's hitting the ball well this afternoon.
Look, these Pirates pitchers. MJ Burnett delivered the lone RBI of the game last night for Pittsburgh. Mariano lines a single to center.
Okay, and this is the same scenario. If you're going to bring in a lefty to pitch to Polanco, why not bring in a lefty to pitch to Mariano?
Randy Choate coming on. We'll be back. This week's episode, Andrew McCutcheon shares his insights on the Little League hot button issue. Mark Melanson finds a new way to transport players through PNC Park's tunnels, and much more. Inside Pirates Baseball, presented by Allegheny Health Network, tonight after postgame on Root Sports. Corey Hardwell pinch hit for Gregory Polanco. Facing the lefty, Randy Choate. At first, one out. A tie game. Choate, the left-handed specialist,
comes in basically to get lefties out. They want to try and get a righty out this time.
He got the win last night as he struck out the only batter he faced in the top of the 10th, Gregory Polanco.
quick pitch there. Hart calling time. Phil wants to vary his times. He's afraid that Mariano might take second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
keep him close. Very, very close.
Yeah, you like chuckled when I said that. Pitchers are becoming a very big part of our offense. Mariano might take the next bag.
Some of the trucks said first baseman has a bigger lead.
Well, he's not come to set position.
Still has a bigger lead. He throws over.
Get back.
Again. Oh my word.
See how quickly they got back?
Yeah, he did.
I mean, that was pretty good.
Yeah. Up there in the mound, and I think that they wanted to throw over again, and Choate was going to say, no, I'm going to pitch to this guy.
Well, it's just, you got the big lead. I mean, it looked like Mariano was, with the quick reaction, saved him on that last pickoff. But really moving out to a big lead.
Trying to get Liriano home for the second time in his major league career. He has scored 1 run in his big league career. That was last year. And he has never stolen a base.
Right now, Liriano's causing more havoc out there than if Polanco was at first.
Mitch Harris. And the Naval Academy is loosening up. One. One on the pinch hitter, Corey Hart, batting for Polanco. Hart in his first year with the Pirates. Batting average .211, 4 hits and 19 at bats. 3 for 7 as a pinch hitter with a home run in this role. Two and one.
Choate's been around a long time, so back off the mound and go to his mouth. Good habits. It's kind of funny. Now it used to be the rule you'd have to go on the grass to go to your mouth. Now they'll fine you if you do.
Yeah, that's right.
Speed up rules. Tail on that fastball, you can say 84 mile an hour. He doesn't have to throw very hard at all.
Choate has been around a long time. Again, off the mound. Goes to his mouth.
Didn't like the baseball. That's another one.
39 years old, Randy Choate. Came into the big leagues with the New York Yankees as a rookie in the 2000 season. A few years with New York, Arizona Diamondbacks, handful of years, couple seasons in Tampa Bay. Miami, a couple of seasons now in his third year with the Cardinals. Struck him out looking. Hart can't believe
it. See, this ball is going to be off the plate a little bit. It's the call, but see the number 3 pitch that actually was on the plate? That one was called a ball. He got one and he lost one.
And that's it for Randy Choate. Mitch Harris coming on.
Cardinals. Yes, I said Lieutenant Harris. He's the first U.S. Naval Academy graduate to pitch in the big league since 1921. And like many people in the Navy, he had a dream he would never give up. He was deployed 3 times in his 5 years of service, and I asked him when he thought Major League Baseball was a real possibility, and he said he's given that a lot of thought, and really, there wasn't a time when he didn't think he would make it. He told himself if he didn't believe he was going to make it, he wouldn't do it. And I said, what if baseball hadn't worked out? He said he had a coach once tell him, if you have a plan B, then your plan A probably not going to work, and he's all in on plan A, and his plan to play Major League Baseball. And here he is, Greg and Bob, making his 4th big league appearance.
His debut last Saturday against the Washington Nationals. 29 years old. He was drafted in the 13th round by the Cardinals out of the U.S. Naval Academy. And that is a foul ball. How close that was.
Now Matheny having a little trouble with the Pirates here, so he's called the Navy in the hand. Just a little wide of the bag.
As Robbie said, the first member of the Naval Academy to reach the big leagues since 1921. That was Nemo Gaines, who appeared in 4 games for the Washington Senators. And a comebacker. Knocked it down. Final out. Captain Harris gets
Lieutenant
Harrison. Lieutenant. That's Josh Harrison, and the Pirates strand another runner. 13 men left for the Bucks. The final game of the series between the Pirates and the Cardinals. Last game of the 9-game road trip for the Pirates. Vance Worley against Michael Wacha. Wacha off to a 4-0 start. Worley at 2-2. Nissan rode ahead. A 5th start for both pitchers. The 4th career start for Worley against the Cardinals. No decisions yet. Sean Rodriguez takes over in right field. Corey Hart pinch hit for Gregory Polanco. Another tight game between these two ball clubs. Colton Wong leads off. It was tied at 1 into the bottom of the 10th inning last night, and the Cardinals won it on a base hit by Matt Adams. And scored John Jay. First pitch, ball 1. Iriano has gotten Wong to fly to shallow center field and to ground out to first. Hudson robbed Wong of a hit in the 3rd. Peter Borges on deck in the pitcher spot. assuming this will be Liriano's last inning. One ball, 2 strikes on Wong. Ground ball. Milwaukee. 1 out. Francisco Liriano has been absolutely sensational. Did not allow a hit until this man Borges singled to start the bottom of the 6th. Jason Hayward followed with a pinch hit single.
It has been just a great game to watch with Francisco out there, but it's not just today. The starting pitching has been so good for the Pirates.
Just missing. Matt Adams comes out on deck.
That's the good news. Bad news is we're not always taking advantage of this great starting pitching.
One and 2 on Borges.
Nice changeup. Good movement on it. Nice location.
Strikes him out looking.
It's kind of a throwback game, isn't it? Liriano out there battling away late. Right there at the knees.
Here is Matt Adams. Base hit off Rob Scahill to win it. Second walk-off hit against the Pirates. Bounces this ball toward first, foul. Had a game-ending home run last year, July, against the Bucks. The shift on Adams. Ground balls against left-handed pitchers since last year. Last 4 games, 9 for 18, 7 RBIs. The other way. And a base hit. He's been red hot this past week, Matt Adams. Back to that series against the Phillies.
We saw the spray chart where all the ground balls go the other way, or excuse me, go to his pull side. And you just wonder, why don't more hitters do what he did here and try to hit the ball the other direction? It's got to happen with all the shifts. It's got to happen that they'll start trying to do that. It'd make better hitters of everybody when you think about it. There was talk over the winter that they need to make some kind of a rule change for shifts. It's like, no, let the players figure it out. They'll take care of it themselves. I don't know what happens.
Now Sweetly to second. And on to first. Pirates have got to get Francisco Liriano a run. 1-1 ball game, just like it was last night, and just typical of this series between these two clubs. Coming into today's action, 12 games decided by 1 or 2 runs, including 8 of the last 12 by just 1 run. And Trevor Rosenthal missed a scoreless 9th inning last night. Comes on for the 9th inning today. Faced Josh Harrison, Andrew McCutchen, Neil Walker, and Starling Marte last night. He'll face McCutchen, Walker, and Marte today. All 1. Some of the great numbers for Rosenthal. Great numbers for Francisco Liriano. A.J. Burnett talking with the Pirates starter. Count. McCutchen. A single, a pop-up, a walk, and a ground out this afternoon.
Wow, Rosenthal to start things off here.
Very unusual.
Way up high, bounced one, and now this one a foot outside. He's all over the place. Look at that. And then he does that. Go figure.
Rosenthal abandoned the windup. The Cardinals made the suggestion. Just work from the stretch from now on, and a fly ball to right. Into right center field. The catch is made by Jay.
Jay having to look up into a little bit of sun on that one for a moment. That might give him some trouble. Looked like he was right there, kind of shying away from it a little bit. Almost hit well.
Watson going to come in if the game remains tied. Walker 4 for 8 lifetime against Trevor Rosenthal. Bounced out last night. Pops up here to Borges. Frustrated Neil Walker.
Decent one to hit. Got underneath it.
1 run on 9 hits today for the Pirates. John Lackey had a 1-2-3 second inning, and now Rosenthal looking to have a 1-2-3 ninth.
You get a long ball, huh?
A swinging bunt single for Marte. It will be.
Second one of the day.
Had one last time up. Into the shortstop Peralta. Marte has the only home run for the Pirates on this road trip. It was at Wrigley Field on Tuesday. Tough break for the Pirates when Alvarez doubled to left in the 7th. The ball went into the stands. Marte had to stay at third. Alvarez is 1 for 7 lifetime versus Cardinal closer. Gets away, and that allows Marte to go to second. Now in scoring position for Alvarez.
Rosenthal just no command of a breaking pitch right now. Molina just hurt either. Not really a full glove effort. Trying to block it.
45 saves for Trevor Rosenthal last season. Checking here is Derek Lilliquist. We have first base open now, and Francisco Cervelli on deck.
You could see Molina shaking his head no at first. Whatever it was, it's something that Rosenthal wants to do, and they were trying to talk him out of it.
Rosenthal wanted to pitch to him. They're going to say no. They'll walk him. Walk him intentionally. That was the discussion. Up to Francisco Cervelli. Cervelli 1 for 4 today. Has never faced Trevor Rosenthal. 2 more base runners for the Pirates. Just unbelievable. 2 men left on in the first, 2 in the third, a man in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 3. The bases loaded left in the sixth, 2 in the seventh, 1 in the eighth. And now they have 2 more men on base. Need a clutch hit here from Cervelli.
Going to be aggressive. Fastball first pitch, but 97 thrown by him a little bit. Too much heat on that one.
Toward Borges in center. A line out to center. The Pirates leave 2 more. Go to the bottom of the ninth. 1-1. He hits 1 run, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and no decision.
You could not have done a better job in this game. I mean, even tried to do something on offense today with it. Ball he hit out by the warning track, 1 time up, and then Bullock base hit. He hit up the middle his last at bat. Great effort from Francisco this afternoon. No, can't win it for him right now, but still win the ball game, and that's always the most important to everybody. Tony Watson now picking things up here in the the ninth inning. He'll have to hold the fort, see if he can get the Pirates a shot at it in extra innings. Great opponent batting average down to almost 200.
Got 4 outs in last night's game. So Carpenter led off the 8th inning with a base hit against Tony Watson. Got the next batter, Matt Holliday, to hit into a double play. Slow strike called, and Carpenter turns and looks at Mike Winters.
Really, both teams' hitters are not real happy right now. Plate umpire's been hearing it from both dugouts. Life of an umpire. Guess you're doing good if both teams are mad. Makes it consistent. I know the guy on deck has not been pleased with the ball strike calls.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Matt Carpenter. Strike 3 call.
No argument there. Good pitch. Definitely on the plate.
Strike 1 on Holliday. There's trying to avoid making the Cardinals walk off again. 4 of the last 7 Cardinal victories over these Buccos here have been walk-off. And 0-2 on Matt Holliday. He was 0 for 3 against Liriano, whose earned run average is down to 195.
We have 3 starters with the ERA once.
I believe so, right? Cole, Burnett.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yep.
When the last time the Pirates had 3 starters with ERA and won something in May?
Good thing to look up.
I'll get right on that.
I know you will. 2-2 count now on Matt Holliday. Three and 2. Pirates wrap up this road trip tomorrow afternoon. One more game against these Cardinals. Vance Worley will take to the mound. Buccos and the Redbirds starting at 1:30 with Pirates pregame, presented by W.B. Mason here on Root Sports. Vance Worley going tomorrow. Standing there next to Jeff Locke. The first walk allowed by Tony Watson this season. First free pass for the Pirate left-hander. I'll look for a ground ball from Peralta.
An awfully big swing. He was trying to end it with that one.
22 homers this season, 21 home runs last year. That's a franchise record for a Cardinals shortstop. Bounce toward third. 1-2. Scoreless inning for Tony Watson, and for the second straight game, extra innings in St. Louis.
All season long, Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side.
Here is lefty Kevin Sechrist taking over for the St. Louis Cardinals. Buffalo, New York native, 25 years old, a 41st round pick in 2008.
He also has an ERA in the ones. By the way, I looked up what you wanted. It's never happened.
What?
At no time have the Pirates had 3 of their starters in May have ERAs on ones.
We know that for a fact.
I looked it up.
That's a fact.
I looked it up.
I actually heard the person that you ordered to have that looked up, and we're not certain. Probably not the case. The Pirates have never had 3 starters with ERAs under 2 in the month of May.
Well, it'll be so difficult to prove otherwise. You can say it like it's a fact.
Right, yeah.
So that's why you do that. The invention of the internet.
You want to be a color analyst someday,
messed me up a little bit.
Listen
sometimes.
to Bob. Listen to how he does it.
You got to admit that has to be extremely rare.
Oh my gosh! Of course, incredibly impressive. Garrett Cole wants to hit. Should Mercer reach? Maybe he would. He has to bunt the runner over, and we're going to find out right away. And maybe Mercer will get to second base. He will. Jordy Mercer rips a double to left field to start the Pirates' 10th inning.
Now, see if we can get him to third.
Jung Ho-Gong will pinch hit.
The ball down and in. He just drops the head of the bat right to it.
Leadoff double for Jordy Mercer. It's the 11th hit of the afternoon for the Pirates. Pirates 0-2 in the extra inning ball game so far. The Cardinals have won 2 of their 3 extra inning games. Cardinals have their corner infielders creeping in. Young might be bunting. so sure. I don't know if we've seen Young attempt a bunt yet. He's a big power hitter in South Korea. He's not bunting. Strike one. For 5 as a pinch hitter. Cardinals aren't convinced. They got Carpenter and Reynolds in on the corners.
And now they're starting to move back into position. Even with, they had the infielders the middle infielders way out of position. That was a great opportunity to hit right there. Now they have moved back to play their normal positions.
Reynolds stays in on the grass. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Jung Ho Gong pinch hitting for Tony Watson. Close. and two. Remains a ball and 2 strikes.
Pretty good pitch that time to go the other way with. Fastball in the strike zone, but up and away. It's the ball you want to slap into right field. To the location. Just had a little bit too much velocity on it. Got to be a little defensive and wait as long as you can to pull the trigger.
Inside, nearly nicked Jung Ho Gong. 2-2. Pirates are 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position today, but for the season batting .292 in these situations. Popped it up toward the seats. Reynolds over and out of play. Jung Ho Gong, his first real big hit as a Bucko at Wrigley Field. A bases loaded, bases clearing double. Recently. Yeah, that was at home, and then had a 3-for-4 game Wednesday night. Strike 3 call. And Young doesn't seem to agree.
And a whole number of those pitches called strikes this afternoon. Take one on the corner. Might have to turn and walk back to the dugout and take one in there with 2 strikes on you.
Rodriguez swings the first pitch and pops it up. Carpenter makes the catch. It's up to Josh Harrison. A leadoff double, and Mercer still at second now with 2 outs. J-Hay has the lone RBI. What they decide to do here, Harrison, the league's leading hitter last year in these situations.
Maybe they're just going to change the signs, perhaps. Mercer's been out there for a long time at second base. He's had a good look at what they're throwing. Maybe they're getting a little paranoid about that. Thinking that he could relay certain information to Harrison. Some teams don't worry about that. Some teams go crazy about it.
Swing and a miss. So the right-hander loosening the bullpen. Miguel Sekulovic. Right now it's David Segrist. He is now out in front of Harrison 0-2. This is some kind of frustrating for these Pirate hitters. Harrison gets a break. Easily have been rung up.
Just right at the bottom of the strike zone. You can see the box light up.
Reaching out toward right field near the line. Jay is there, and the Pirates have stranded 16 men on base this afternoon. It's still 1-1. Here today, the Pirates scored their run on this base hit by Josh Harrison in the third inning. Brought home Gregory Polanco, who had singled and stolen the base, went to third on an error. And in the sixth inning, Francisco Liriano gets this ground ball. Nice play made by Pedro Alvarez to get the out, but a brief look towards second, a delay, and then throwing over the head of Francisco Cervelli. Peter Borges scoring. RBI for John Jay. And now, third pitcher of the afternoon for Pittsburgh is Jared Hughes. Liriano went 8 innings, 1 run on 3 hits. Tony Watson, a scoreless ninth. And now Jared Hughes, here's the man he faced. And here is an interesting shift. A different shift. We told you at the beginning of the ball game, showed you all the ground balls that he hit. A little flare off to the right. Last night, we had Neil Walker playing on the right side of second. There we are.
You can see the spray chart. The big gap is right where the umpire is standing right now. And that's, if you go by the spray chart, that's where you want to not play anybody. And that's what the Pirates did last night. And he happened to hit one there. Well, now they have Walker over on that side to close down that hole a little bit.
3 against the starter Liriano.
If you're wondering why there wasn't a line through that big gap from yesterday's game, the spray chart was made before yesterday's game. That's why it wasn't included. But an up-to-date one was going to have one line now going into that gap.
Strike 3 called. Don't have to worry about any spray charts there. Reynolds caught looking.
A little low, but got the call.
Strike 1 on Molina. Front 0-2.
Pretty good slider right there, and that's really something that is starting to change with Hughes. He used to not be much of a strikeout guy. He's starting to get the Ks this year.
Bounced foul. Sending Rodriguez back to the warning track. 2 outs. Hughes gets the first 2 men, and he'll face Colton Wong here. Wong 0 for 3 this afternoon, robbed of a hit by Andrew McCutchen in the 3rd inning. Ground ball right at the second baseman, Neil Walker. On to the 11th inning. 1-1.
Jerky all season long. Jack Link's beef jerky. Feed your wild side. New pitcher Carlos Villanueva.
Their second baseman is Pete Posma.
Double switch action for the Cardinals. Villanueva has pitched well. Good numbers. ERA is below 1. So maybe this is the guy we'll get to. Look at that. The opponent batting average .074. He's not giving up much of anything.
He got the win on Thursday. They played the Phillies here this an afternoon game at Busch Stadium. He went 3 2/3 hitless innings. Relief. Now Andrew McCutchen leads off against the veteran. Ground ball to short. Peralta throws out McCutchen. One up and one down. Last year, opening day, Carlos Villanueva was then pitching for the Chicago Cubs, and Neil Walker, March 31st last year, in the walk-off home run in the 10th inning. Strike one on Neil Walker. Dribbler, little cue shot, rolling along the line, foul.
For a short moment that one might stay fair. So tough though when they're on the dirt. Keep it fair. They got to get up on that grass.
One and two. Walker singled in the third. He was hit by a pitch his first time up against John Lackey. He's also popped up to short, bounced to second, fly to center. He's down on strikes.
Breaking ball just gets into the dirt a little bit. Lena just blocking it with his glove.
Villanueva came on in relief the other day of Tim Cooney, who was called up to make his big league debut. Cardinals still not announced who is going to replace Adam Wainwright in their rotation. Villanueva has filled a number of roles over his career. Several years with the Milwaukee Brewers. A couple seasons in Toronto, 2 years with the Cubs. A couple of strikes on Marte.
Everybody seems to have like that one guy in their bullpen to fill these kind of roles. Come in different parts of the game. Jenmar Gomez did a good job recently for the Pirates in a similar type role. UPMC strike zone. Comes up and in.
By now, everybody should know that Mike Winters has a very liberal strike zone.
At times.
Shouldn't be surprising.
At times,
yeah.
It is.
That's ripped into left center field. Borgesover does a nice job to cut it off. Marte's still going to try for two. He turned on the Jets. He is safe. Boy, did he turn it on between first and second.
And was it even close? His speed is just amazing how quick he gets in between the bases.
A line drive and just motors.
Look at that. He's in it. The slide popping up. It's
Bolster says cut it off.
And when that ball's hit, I'm thinking, well, if it shoots the gap, we got extra bases.
Yeah, in fact, I thought once Borges cut it off that Marte wasn't going to attempt to go for second.
All that made him do was run faster.
Yeah.
Hit the brakes? No. Going to roll back on the throttle even harder.
For the second straight time, they're going to walk Alvarez intentionally. Alvarez 2 for 7 lifetime against Villanueva. Francisco Cervelli has never faced him. Unbelievable how many base runners the Pirates have had today, scoring just 1 run. Cardinals have stranded 3. They have 3 hits.
It cannot continue, though. I mean, you can't have. Oh, they've left on 16.
And they have 2 more. They've got 2 more on.
And scored just 1 run. So this cannot continue. I mean, if you're the Cardinals, this has to bite you. Every time it happens now, you have to be thinking, this will be the time that it gets us.
Here's Cervelli.
Continue to walk the mountain trail. Eventually, you're going to meet a tiger.
Cervelli lined out in the 9th inning after they walked Alvarez intentionally, lined out to center. There's 1 hit this afternoon. 2-0. The base hit through the infield should score Marte easily. Checks and takes a strike.
All in all.
2-1. Ground ball to the shortstop. Pirates have left 18 men on base. Incredible. Go to the bottom of the 11th. Still 1-1. With the skipper, along with Bob Walker, Robbie and Smokowski, Greg Brown with you. What a job by Francisco Liriano. 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. No decision. Pirates with 18 men left on base. That's the biggest story of the day. John Lackey went 6, gave up a run. Cardinals have grounded into 3 double plays. Jared Hughes a 1-2-3-10. Tries to get the Pirates into the 12th inning. Josh Harrison has the lone Pirates RBI today. Peter Borges broke up any no-hit bid for Francisco Liriano with a leadoff single in the 6th, and he scored the only run for St. Louis. Andrew McCutchen made an outstanding defensive play on Colton Wong. Fly ball to shallow center field. And McCutchen, like the rest of this Pirates offense, continues to be frustrated. Bouncing ball over the head of the drawn-in third baseman. This will be a double for Borges. Just pounded into the ground and over the head of Josh Harrison.
Got to play in. Borges, one of the fastest guys on the field. Got to take away that bunt.
Cosma probably up there to bunt. Cardinals looking to walk off back-to-back games against Pittsburgh.
Cosman definitely was squaring around on that spin move. Definitely bunting.
Takes a strike.
If you're bunting, then this amazes me when I see guys that bunt. That ball is in the center of the plate, in the exact center of the strike zone. How do you not try and bunt that? That's just incredible.
That's what you're up there to do, right?
Yeah. Now look, you saw right there where that first pitch was.
Yeah.
I'm just astonished that his job, one, is to move the runner over, and he would take that pitch.
Now, what would this be here from Jose Oquendo, you think, Bob? Why would you call timeout? Talk to him after.
I don't. Did he miss a sign? Did he get this? Was he supposed to be swinging away there?
Pirates go on a fact-finding mission here. No, now they're going to catch the runner between second and third. And Josh Harrison will apply the tag of Borges and a huge out on the bases. Remember last week there was a stolen base against Jared Hughes between first and second, and he threw to second late. Here, poised, goes after him and throws it to Jay Hay.
Well, that's why you put that spin move on to try and catch guys that are running on first move. And that's what Borges did.
So I wonder if it was a tip-off that Oquendo went to Cosma to talk to him.
He was telling him to
take a pitch.
Yeah. Well, he was saying, hey, if he runs, don't bunt it.
Yeah.
That's what he was telling him. If he runs, don't bunt it. Pirates thinking that, well, something must be up anyway. I mean, he told him something. So let's put a spin move on and see what they're doing. As you said, a fishing expedition. You're just trying to find out what are they going to do. That's why they put the spin move on the pitch before that, before it even thrown home, to see what Cosma's doing. Because the hitter's going to give it away. So when they had the discussion, I'm sure the Pirates are thinking, well, let's put on the spin move and see what that was all about. And they found out in a very good way.
Ground ball left side and a base hit for Cosmo on a 1-2 pitch. Brings up John Jay. A 1-out single for Cosmo. It's a ground single through the left side. Foul to the left. Third baseman Harrison off the line and in. Jay has hit 4 ground balls. His hard shot to first in the 6th inning to Pedro Alvarez produced the lone run for the Cardinals. Bounced right side over the head of Alvarez into right field. This will put runners at first and third.
Another a big break for the Cardinals on a high chopper. But the good news is you still have your sinker baller out there who's getting the ground balls, and the double play will still get you out of this inning now.
First and third.
You know, we see the grounds crew here, they really water the heck out of that area in front of home plate to prevent these kind of chops. But maybe because it's so late in the ball game, the 11th inning, that it's starting to get a little firm out there.
Bob, let me ask you here, strategy. Do you walk Carpenter intentionally and get to Holiday to load the bases to set up a double play? First and third, 1 out. Holiday's that double play candidate. Carpenter really is not.
Is, yeah. That's a great point. I would imagine that I mean, they have to consider that. I really like that idea. Hughes is a strike thrower, so you're not really worried about walking in the winning run. And a great double play candidate standing on that on-deck circle. I like the way you think. You'd make a great bench coach, you know?
Yeah, you know, we were just getting information about Holiday, how good he has been with runners in scoring position this season. That comes into play.
Well, it's kind of like the scorecard that we showed in the Open. You can cherry pick whatever stats you want to make whatever point you want.
That's right.
So you want to go back and look over Holiday's career and see how he's, you know, hit into a ton of double plays. Or do you want to talk about what a great hitter he is in runners in scoring position? Depends on what point you want to make.
How about his card? Looks as though they're going to pitch to Carpenter. No, they're walking. Maybe not. Now they're calling in Sean Rodriguez. I thought they were going to walk him. They're calling in Sean Rodriguez to play a very shallow right field. They are going to pitch to Carpenter. Really, I think the outfielders, Bob, need to be way in. If you're going to pitch to Carpenter.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, you have to.
There's no good.
I mean, a sacrifice fly is going to end the game.
I mean, where McCutchen is now, it's worthless. Oh, 1. to left. They pitch to Carpenter, and it's another walk-off, a sacrifice fly, and the Cardinals win it in 11. Back-to-back walk-off victories for St. Louis.
This was a very difficult, game to think about now that the final's been put up there. You just keep going back to the awesome start that you got from Liriano, and then you look up also and see 18 men left on base and only 1 run for the Pirates. This is tough. The offense has to figure something out here. Got to get these guys going. Got to get them hitting.
There it is.
That tells the story.
Still a bunch to talk about. We'll go to the studio now, and Paul and T.